Hey, it's Richard Geller here. And today in the newspaper, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Washington Post today. They've got something here, a picture of a guy basically bicycling somebody down the streets of Washington, D.C. here. And the caption says, Allie Persinger left rides toward the Capitol with her mother, Debbie Persinger, in Nate Chinenko's pedicab. I'm trying to save. I took this to build up that safety net, Chinenko says, of his part-time job. And the article is about people who are seeking extra work. And they talk about people who are getting jobs. And they say, in a survey of 1,400 workers, 42% said they were looking for a second job to make ends meet. So I'm wondering about you. Are you looking for a second job? Well, first of all, jobs are like not so good in a way. They're good and they're not good. The good part of a job is you hopefully get a paycheck of some kind. The bad part of a job is you don't have any control over how big your things go. You don't have any control over profits. You don't have any control over getting paid. And in order to get, let's just say you get $2,000 for a job, that means your employer has to make $4,000 or $6,000 on your work. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a justification for your job. So you have to be able to make more money than you're getting paid. Now, if you work for yourself, you take your own destiny in your hands. You're not subject to someone's whims. And if you're capable of earning $4,000 or $6,000 a month, you don't get paid $2,000. You get paid $4,000 or $6,000. People say, "Oh, having your own business is not safe and secure." Well, what I would do is I would say this. It isn't safe and secure if you quit your job tomorrow and just say, "Oh, I'm going to start my own business," and you don't have any kind of idea of what you're doing. But if you start a part-time job and you start getting customers quickly and you start having those customers write you checks, then you're doing things the right way. And so I would definitely consider right now part-time income in the loan mod business and loss mitigation. I would consider things like short sales. I consider consulting. You don't have to be a real estate licensee, but you can. You can do consulting and help people sell their houses. You can help them do that even if you're not a licensee. If you are a licensee, you can do short sales. You can do 9-day house sales. You can do loan mods. This is the field with millions of people who need your help, and it's going to go on for a number of years. It's a huge issue. And that's probably a great opportunity. It's one of the best ones today because you can start part-time and you can get an income for yourself, and you don't have to work for somebody else. So I'm going to quickly answer I got a few questions that I'm going to answer right now. Richard, what is the best way to submit a short sale package? Fax or special delivery? Answer is fax. So what you want to do is you want to be able to fax. Now you can fax without putting things through this machine. You can fax things through service. Like I use MyFax, myfax.com. And what I do is I register my email address and then I email them the documents and then they fax it from their computers. So I don't have to actually have a fax machine and feed papers through and all that. And then another question, can a second mortgage be paid off first with the remainder given to the first? No. The first has to get the money, and then the first has to decide how much gets paid to the second. And both the first and the second have to agree to a short sale for it to happen. But usually the second has no equity, so they're already wiped out. They're legally a lien holder, so they have a lien, and the property can't sell without their releasing the lien. But the second is in a position where they basically just have to take what they can get. Now they could come after you later, but usually it's up to them. It's to their advantage to to do some kind of a deal with you. But you got to really approach the first. Okay, next thing we've got. I've got two more. I live in Las Vegas. I'm planning on stop making payments on my 4 rentals, 1 in California, 3 in Vegas. I don't want all the stress of doing short sales. I'm planning to call the banks once I'm late and ask them to do a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Okay, I will tell you that I don't think that that's a very viable plan. Deed in lieu of foreclosure gives the banks your property back. And they don't really want your property. What they really want is they want it sold. I can understand you're not wanting to do a short sale, but I don't think they'll agree to a deed in lieu. Sometimes they'll agree to a deed in lieu in a place like, I don't want to name states, but there's some states that have very, very onerous foreclosure laws, usually that require judicial foreclosure. And those states then will be deed in lieu states because it's just easier for the lender just to get you to deed the property back rather than go through this very lengthy foreclosure process. But Nevada is not one of those states, neither is California. I haven't seen very many deed in lieu work out. So I would suggest you consider a short sale. Then he says, if they agree to the deed in lieu, this is Steve, by the way. Steve says if they agree to a deed in lieu, will that be considered release from recourse? No, it won't be. They have to specifically give you a release of liability because if they agree to a deed in lieu, it doesn't mean that they're not going to come after you for their financial losses at a later point. They can come back to you depending on the statute of limitations in each state, so it varies. It could be anywhere from a year or 2 to 4 years or even longer in some states. Also, I've invested in oil and gas ventures, mineral rights royalties. I have a large brokerage account. They don't show my credit report, which shows me having a huge debt to credit cards, a HELOC. Is there any way they'll know about those assets? If they ask you for a financial statement, if they ask you, you can't hide assets. You have to tell them what you have. So you might be able to do a short sale without telling them about your assets. But also you may not be able to. If you can't, then what you might want to do instead is just let them go in foreclosure and just let them be foreclosed by the bank. Both California and Nevada have a fairly straightforward, fairly rapid, non-judicial foreclosure process. Be aware that they can go after you on second mortgages personally, and in Nevada they can go after you on a first mortgage by going to court and they can get a deficiency judgment even though they pursued a non-judicial foreclosure. So you really want to be careful. I would definitely suggest short sales for you. I wouldn't let this thing just go. But if you don't want to disclose assets, and I understand, then you're really going to have to just let them go into foreclosure and hope for the best. Sometimes that's the best course. Or you can negotiate and say, I'm not giving you a financial statement. But you can't give a financial statement and not put things down honestly because that's a fraud thing. You don't want to do that. As far as the deficiency judgment goes, in case they don't accept my request for deed in lieu, which I don't think they will, they don't apply further for deficiency judgment. Will I be off the hook forever? No, you won't be. Like I said, the second mortgages you're still going to be on the hook for, and in Nevada they can go after you for deficiency judgment on a first mortgage as well. In California they cannot. So anything that just has a first mortgage on it, just let it go. You don't have to worry about it. They're never going to be able to come after you because in California, if they pursue foreclosure non-judicially, in every case they can't come after you personally. I'm not a lawyer. Don't listen to me. I'm just some guy on the internet. This is my understanding. Last one, and we'll wrap up. Richard, I'm in the mortgage business, and most of the calls I field these days are not about purchasing homes or refinancing current loans. Rather, what can I do to help people get out from under their loans without killing their credit? I have encountered no information as complete and compelling as your program, and am in the process of developing my 2009 business plan to help and capture new clients for years to come. There may be a silver lining in this meltdown yet, and that's Mark Strisny, Sarasota, Florida. That's not really a question, but I appreciate it, Mark, very, very much. I think you wrote that to me several weeks ago. I really appreciate it. I get a lot of loan brokers, mortgage brokers, who are now interested in getting the Loan Mod Magic course because they're like you. They're in the situation where they help people get all these loans. Now they want to stay in this business. They're getting all kinds of calls, and they want to help people get out of these loans. I think you could have a ready-made business. If you're a mortgage broker, you have contacts and you have people you've worked with over the years, you have a great opportunity to slide right into loss mitigation. So get my Loan Mod Magic course. We're going to have an exclusive seminar coming up, hopefully at the end of this week, if not next week, depending. And you'll get a special priority invitation and you'll be able to participate in it live if you get the Loan Mod Magic course now. And also, there are 4 hours of bonuses that I'm keeping up for the moment. Amazing bonuses about how to market your business, about how to handle all these different situations. There's just nothing like this anywhere. This is the most popular, the best course of its type on the web. I'm so grateful to people for making it so popular and doing so well. So go right now. There's a 365-day trial of Loan Mod Magic. Try it out. 365 days. Try every little bit of it and see what you think. And I think you'll be very, very happy. I want you into a new career. I want you to be in self-employment. I don't want you to be a victim of downsizing and not have anywhere to turn. Even if you're not thinking along those lines, get Loan Mod Magic. Work on your own situation. Use your skills that you develop. Help your friends and family. Who knows? Maybe you'll end up with a business at it after all. So I'm going to sign off now. Richard Geller. I look forward to working together. Talk to you soon.